Hey, what's going on? So, I talk about this idea in my book, which is no longer available for sale because I had to get rid of the website, and the fundamental framework on orienting on our enemy. So, when I was in the military, we learned that when you are developing basically a strategy, one of the steps is you orient on the enemy, right? You think from your enemy's perspective. What are they likely to do? What is their mission? What options do they have? What is their key strengths? What is their key weakness? And how can we focus our strength on their key weakness, on their critical vulnerability? And in my book, The Fundamental Framework, I talk about our need to orient on our the biggest enemy in our lives, which is ourselves. There's obviously challenges in the world, things going on that may not be quote unquote perfect. But I see these as opportunities. And I think that the imperfections of the world are minuscule compared to the imperfections within ourselves. And, anyways, though, the most important thing that we have control over are the imperfections within ourselves. And how can we expect to create a more perfect world if we are so imperfect as individuals? This is a tough conversation because, there is systems and teams, when well functioning, can make average players be great, right? But there's also a limit to that. So it's a two-way conversation. I'm not saying this is a one-sided thing. If you're in a tyrannical society, there are caps, and people do need to maybe take some action to adjust their external environment. But I know for myself that the greatest thing holding me back has always been myself. I really don't have any excuses to blame any other external circumstance other than myself. And, Sam Ovens talks about the importance of standards because we are not the highest versions of ourselves that we can imagine. We're the lowest version of ourselves that we can accept. And so, in order to accomplish our dreams, we need to turn necessary actions into irrefutable standards. It's not like things are that bad for me, right? I'm exaggerating a little bit to prove a point. I'm also comparing myself to the perfect version of me, which is something I can never fully achieve. But the other point that I'm making is that we're always only one decision away from radically transforming our lives from the inside out. Yes, it is going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of time, but our the decision we can make in the present moment. And the good thing is that our attitude, our mindset, our outlook, our work ethic, our accountability, our urgency, our standards, these are all things that are within our power to change. So it's okay to recognize, that we've been falling short. As long as we don't internalize that as character flaws, it's just like I accept that I'm not all I can be. Haven't been doing my best, then it's time to step it up. And so, again, with these kinds of things, it's a little bit of tough love, and it's a little bit paradoxical because on one hand, we want to be realistic and tough with ourselves. But on the other hand, we also want to be gentle and merciful and forgiving with ourselves. It's a delicate balance to blend, to navigate. Um, to see things as they are, but not worse than they are, as Tony Robbins says. And so, chances are you're doing okay. And if you're not, reach out. But if you're watching this, chances are you're doing better than you think. And, you know, take that for what it is. Appreciate the things that are going well and take stock of what's not, and, make a decision to do things a little bit differently. As always, all the best to you. We're all trying to navigate this thing called life. And if you need some support, don't hesitate to let me know. Peace.